post on Facebook what I know about it. There's some costs, there are some benefits, and we'll need to discuss them and make a decision. What have you guys got that I haven't made it to yet?
And just one quick thing, because we talked briefly about the pinning ceremony selling lamps.
Yes.
At this point, we don't have any lamps remaining to sell. So we're going to have to order lamps if we're going to continue that tradition of selling lamps at the pinning ceremony. Unfortunately, what I found out when I went to look at the price of the lamps, we've been selling the lamps for less than what they cost us. So that's not a fundraiser.
Oh.
No, it's a money drain.
Yes.
Well, we bought those lamps a long.
Yeah, somebody must have ordered a whole bunch at one time, but they're $20 a piece right at.
Which, oh, wow.
So that's what we're selling them for, in a nice pretty bag that we spend money on too. So we need to rethink this, and if somebody wants to sort of coordinate that too, not to take over Scott's thing, but we have to make a decision about that. Are we going to continue to order the same lamps? How many lamps are we going to order? And that's why he's pushing the fundraiser so much, because by the time we order lamps and order cords, it's going to deplete the $1,400 we have.
Question. A lot of the lamps that we lost were to the ceremony. They kept every semester. I volunteered for all 3 semesters. Every semester, they took more of our lamps because theirs were broken or batteries were dead or whatever. If they're taking the lamps that SNA is paying for, why are we paying for them? Shouldn't that come out of other budgets?
Right.
And maybe it did at some point. Maybe those lamps came out of another budget at some point. I'll write Ms. Brown and ask her. Does she know the history of the lamps?
Right, because I mean, it seems kind of silly that SNA is paying for something that's used in the graduation ceremony.
Yeah. Okay, I'll run her and ask her, does she know the history, and get back with everybody. Because there are cheaper lamps than the one we currently use.
And if we do a cheaper lamp for memorabilia, they won't be stealing them for the ceremony, because they'll be different.
That's true, they will look different.
So, then just throwing that out there.
So we have a lot of decisions to make this term.
Yeah.
Borrowing.
I shouldn't say stealing
Definitely.
because I don't know who paid for them to begin with.
Oh, that's right, yeah, we don't. We gotta find that out.
No, I shouldn't say stealing anyway, so I apologize.
Well, if you want to order those, you're going to order them.
Yes, we gotta get them ordered.
And we
That's
have-
right, we've got to raise some money so we don't completely break our bank.
And we have to order more cords too, so some of that's coming out.
Well, another fundraiser idea is bake sale. You can do bake sales as long as it's not what they're selling in the bookstore.
I think so,
Okay,
because
look, you sound like a volunteer. I love that.
You guys are awesome. I'm excited about this semester. Everybody's coming.
And it looks like it's kind of nice how all the things are, I was in my head because I'm thinking January, we have something, February, we have something, March, April, May. We almost have one thing every month. So that's
Which is
working
awesome.
out really well.
Which leaves us enough time to do some volunteer work and some fundraising, and then the semester's over, just like that.
Do we have someone coordinating the scrub sale?
No,
And just kind of,
no, we just sort of got them out.
Because we need to do it in the hallway when people are coming to class before and after. That's what we did last semester, to sell them.
Well,
And that's,
you could do it during the club fair though too, but there's people who are applying with like new scrubs.
that's a great
very
idea.
good idea. That's a very good
I
idea.
tend to forget about the people who are in the free.
Because if
It's easy
most
enough
of
to
us
do.
already have our scrubs,
Well,
if we want to hit up the people
They
that are
can't, I
applying.
don't think you can have the patches on them though, because they can't, they're not okay for them to be wearing, if they were to wear those scrubs, they can't have the patches on them. So I think if you're gonna sell it to the pre-nursing students, maybe just the green ones without patches.
Or the ones that, or if they've been accepted. I mean, when
Yeah.
you go in there
Well,
and buy
yeah,
your scrubs and your
but-
patches in the bookstore, they don't ask. They'll sell
Right.
them.
Honestly, the ridicule involved in wearing a second-year patch when you haven't even joined the program yet would be huge. You
But
probably
yeah.
never live that down. So,
I agree. You would think that they would actually be a little tighter on that, because that could be a huge liability for the school.
not at
You're
all.
not, yeah, we're not supposed to
Wearing the
wear it
uniform doesn't-
outside.
Doesn't allow us
Medical.
any particular privilege, except to sweat, up other people's messes, and we wear, that privilege anyway. So,
That, and I think each individual student ought to know that if you abuse the privilege of wearing the patch, you could be out of the program. Therefore,
yeah, I don't think it's going to be a liability issue at all. I had scrubs that I picked up at Goodwill before I started that had Yavapai patches on them. And I certainly wasn't dumb enough to wear them around campus. So I appreciate the idea. But I don't think that's a problem.
They could easily take them off, put on their new ones, and keep those ones for when they get to second year. So when they don't have to pay for extra ones.
But yeah, how encouraging to have your uniform, because that's what you're planning to do.
And it's always a good idea to have an extra set of scrubs. You never know what's going to happen in clinical, and you might have to go out to the car and get a pair.
I've needed my spare set twice last semester. That was very enlightening.
I had a patient douse me with coffee. But the weird thing is when it dried, it disappeared into my scrubs. I was like, whoa, that's weird.
Good scrubs.
Yeah, those were good scrubs. But yeah, I was quite wet for a good half an hour. But by the time I was done with what I was doing with the patient, I was dry, so I didn't worry about it. But if I hadn't been busy, I would have gone out and gotten some change.
Okay, this is the chance for anything else that you guys have to say before we close up and say goodnight.
Bake sale.
Bake sale.
We just do it the week of Valentine's. We just do it
See, that seems like a great idea.
Because then we'll have the
What are you
money
thinking?
to buy the lamps. If we decide to do that.
Let us sell the goods and things.
I've seen other clubs doing it, and they just have to do something that's not sold up there. So I don't know. I mean, what are we
Stay
going
away
to
from
bring?
muffins.
I know that
Someone was in PTK. They were going to bring stuff to make Indian fry bread, and everybody was all excited about that. And I don't know if they ever actually did it. That seems kind of dangerous to me. I'd rather come with stuff already made. But I don't know. I would probably check with the higher ups and just make sure that they're cool with it before you do it. But I've seen other clubs do it.
Well, they do it all the
Yeah,
time
that's
now
right.
in the library.
Yeah.
There's somebody all the time in the lobby.
I know this,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
teacher,
But if you give permission, then
yeah.
you don't have to worry about it.
Right.
Just to
Because-
put that out there, we need permission for whatever we do. So if you have some great idea, you need to funnel it through the chain of command, through the officers, through me, through Ms. Brown. So we.
Right. Ms. Brown has the authority to kick any of us out of the program. She's not the sort of person we want to piss off.
And she's the one you need to ultimately get the approval from, because we had a situation where one faculty member said it's okay to do this, and then another faculty member got mad, and then next thing you know, we were on Ms. Brown's hit list. So you want to make sure that you go through the person who actually has the authority to say, yes, that's fine.
So, Kayla, you're willing to coordinate for a bake sale, provided we can get it approved?
Yeah, you can do it.
Then anybody else who's interested in baking
I'll help
for
her.
things to sell,
Okay.
Get
Yeah,
a hold
just
of Kayla?
volunteer for just email.
You want to
And-
go
I'll help her.
first?
So you have my phone number, right?
Yeah,
well,
yeah, we just.
we have the Facebook page. It's a real good idea to use that as a clearinghouse for communication, since nobody has everybody's
No, on
emails.
Facebook.
That's a good way to go. And I will print you up another one of these volunteer sheets, and I'll put the blank up there for anybody else who wants to start an idea, but definitely bring it through the group and funnel it on, so that we don't get in trouble for it. It all costs too much to get booted out of the program. So. Okay, anything else?
Just when is the next meeting?
2 weeks from today, 9 a.m., either here or one of these rooms, and we'll have a panel of graduated students to answer questions and make comments.
Also, does anybody know if, like, first semester got any announcements that we've had meetings?
Yeah, I handed out membership slips in Mr. Thomas' class before lecture, and so they're aware, you know.
And it was posted on Facebook, and I sent an email out at like,
And don't you need a new coordinator for that Facebook page?
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
Erica is the one who facilitated it, and someone was going to check and see if she still wanted to do it.
She does not.
She doesn't want to.
She doesn't.
She wants someone else to.
So yes, we need someone who wants to take that over then.
Absolutely.
I'm not
So-
a Facebooker, so
And I'm not a big
Does our
fan.
historian want to do that?
do you want to do the Facebook? That kind of goes along with
I mean,
It's just really to monitor what's being put up and put things out there so everyone.
I was just
can
gonna
vote.
say, who do I need to approve when I put stuff up? But
I can do it because I already do our class one, because I have like a May 2016 class for our, just our nursing class.
That'd be
I don't
great.
mind doing it.
Awesome. So you and Eric are gonna become,
Administrative.
You like her
She would
understudy.
like
Oh, is that who's doing the t-shirt too?
Yeah, no.
No, she's
Erica's
doing
can drive.
Canva.
She's
Oh,
a teacher.
oh,
That's
never
Kelly.
mind.
Erica doesn't want to
Okay.
do it anymore, so she can help you get whatever, but she wants to get out of it. She's in fourth and she's really.
And that's Ashley Stepford, right?
Mhm.
And what was your name?
Katie.
Katie Cox.
All right,
all right, I'm excited.
I'm excited.
me too. That went really well.
Yep.
Thanks all for coming. Please bring more things that we can do. We have time, we can be busy.
Thank you, President Scott.
Your case.
Off the thing,
Who's doing
new
the
officers
one for
talk next week, who wants to go?
19.
Okay.